Can you repeat that question? Which was said not to be interpreted. You remember?
As a court, please. Mr. Sibia, the last question was, when accused number 2 was confronted with the allegations that he was involved in the death of Mr. Senzo Maiwa, during the interview that was held with him on the 17th of June 2020, he immediately said that he was at work at Sibanye Gold in Carltonville, and his version was immediately followed up, and his cloaking records were obtained from Mr. Miller.
Mr.
Miller.
Nkathi ke umangalelo wesibili eboshwa lapho ke bamchazela khona ke ukuthi insolo noma ke kukhona insolo zokuthi ke uyabandakanyeka ke kubulaweni kwakaSenzo Maiwa ukuthi okwenzeke ngomhla ka26 kuOctober kunyaka 2014 uyawachaza ukuthi yena ke ngalolo suku lolo wayesemsebenzini eSibane Gold endaweni yase Carltonville mecede ke bese yelalandelelwa ke lolovo lolwalivezile ukuthi ke wayesemsebenzini kwase ke kuyahamba kuyoqinisekiswa naye ke umnumzane Miller. I'm listening.
Yes. Yeah, that question. Yes. Chololo said, you said you object. On what basis, ma'am?
My Lord, the objection was that we are still waiting for the ruling because there has been an objection.
Which ruling was it?
A ruling on the objection, whether the question is allowed or the question is disallowed.
Yeah, because it's illustrative, this question.
Sorry, my Lord.
I say it's illustrative of the principle, which table says should happen.
Yes, my Lord, I was saying we should wait for the ruling. If the question says the question is allowed.
This
then
question?
Yes.
Okay, it's allowed, fine.
Thank you.
As a court, please. Mr. Sibia, we're just showing, referring you to this evidence just to show that when we have an alibi, you'll disclose it at the earliest opportunity.
Manje ke lokhu bengikwenza njengesibonelo ukuthi ke uma ngabe uthi wena wawungekho ke endaweni yesigameko kanti ke futhi uchaza ukuthi kumele uchaze ukuthi wawukuphi kumele ukuthi ukusho lokho masishane.
Angeke ngize ngikusho masishane mina engikushoyo ukuthi ngangekho endaweni yesigameko angazi lutho ngokufa kukaSenzo.
I did not say it at a earliest date or earliest time, but what I'm saying is that I know nothing about the killing of Senzo. I was never present at the scene of crime.
Angeke ngikusho masishane ngoba mina i26 October ayikho into engihlangana nayo ayikho into engiyaziyo nge26 October ngoba uSenzo wayena bengikho special kimi.
I could not have said it as early as possible because I do not know anything about Senzo's death, and again, Senzo was not special to me.
Ngoba ngisho namanje ukuthi angazi ukuthi mina nge26 October angikuphi nendawo.
And as I've already indicated that I do not know as to where was I on the 26th of October.
Again, your counsel brought Constable Zungu's evidence to your attention that Constable Zungu testified that you were at Basotho Hostel on 26 October 2014 and went out with other co-accused, and upon your return, you appeared to be in shock. You and accused 2-3 were following each other and proceeded to Gwabeni's room, that you had a .38 special revolver, which you then handed to Gwabeni. that you celebrated over a bottle by climbing on a chair and declaring as to whether people have heard that Mr. Senzo Mayowa has been killed. Your response was merely that on 26 October 2014, I was not at Basotho Hostel. I never left the hostel and returned or climbed on a chair stroke table and saying, Senzo is no more. You never mentioned that you were in KZN.
Ummeli wakho ke uye waveza ke udaba noma ke wathi ke anibhekane nobufakazi obuletheke uyena uZungu lapho echazile khona ukuthi ke kwakusiwe kuse hostel ngomhla ka26 kuOctober kunyaka ka2014 lapho ke kwakuhlangene khona ke insizwa khona lapha endaweni yase Vosloorus uthi ke nabuya wena nomangalelo wesibili nomangalelo wesithathu nabuya ke nibonakala njengabantu ke abashaqekile manifika lapho ke naseniya ke egumbini lakhe ke uGwabeni kanti ke futhi naniphethe ke i3.8 special okuyihlobo lwesibhamu uthi ke wena ngokujabula ke navula ke noma naphuza ke ibhodlela lapho futhi ke wagibela phezulu kwesitulo wena washo ukuthi ngabe abantu sebezwile yini ngokufa kwaSenzo kodwa ke wena ngumaka kusho lokummeli wakho kuwena awuzange wena usho ukuthi ke noma awuzange ukuveza ukuthi ke wena use KZN.
Ummeli maye
Before this witness answer to that question, the state is insisting on the narrative that Mr. Sibiya's plea was one of an alibi. Mr. Sibiya never pleaded an alibi before this court. We can check the records. Mr. Sibiya, when the charges were put to him, he pleaded not guilty and exercised his right to remain silent. It is in his explanation when he's been cross-examined or when he's been asked some questions as to where could he have been on the 26th. Then he says, because I heard of this thing, of the death of Senzo on the 27th, probabilities are such that I was at home, but specifically never pleaded an alibi. He never pleaded an alibi, and we all know what an alibi is. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Well, my lord, his version was put, as we've already indicated, by Mr. Ramosepeli when he cross-examined Constable Zungu, namely that from March 2013 until 2015, he was at home in KwaZulu-Natal and he didn't return to Gauteng or Johannesburg. That was the version that was put. And that is in essence, my lord, an alibi.
No,
Now, I'm
as it
sorry.
is the court, my lord. We can adjourn. Even for 6 weeks, it will be fine. A plea and a version are two things that are totally different. Mr. Baloyi is now confronting this witness on the basis of his version. In that confrontation, Mr. Baloyi says, in essence, it means that then he raised a plea as his defense. He raised an alibi as his defense. He never did that, my lord. He never did that. A version and a plea, two things that are totally different.
Yeah, it's true. We are two different things.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
But an alibi is a version.
Excuse me,
I
my
say
lord.
an alibi is a version.
It must have been pleaded
And
first.
You can plead it as a defense during the trial.
No, my lord. An alibi,
Plead like not guilty.
an alibi is a form of a defense.
Yes, quite. Yeah.
Like private defense, necessity, and all those
Yeah,
things.
Yeah.
Yes. But a version is something that is totally not the same as an alibi, my lord.
Okay, fine.
A version can never be a plea.
No, it can't be, obviously.
Yes.
But a version can be an alibi. And an alibi is basically to deny that you were at the scene of the offense. You were not there. Like Mr. Sibiya is saying. He says, I was never ever on the 14th sorry, on the 26th of October,
Yes, my lord.
2014,
Yes.
at Basotho Hostel.
Yes.
I was never there, so that is an alibi.
No.
Okay, fine.
It's a bad denial, my lord, because we
They're
know
fine,
what
but I call it an alibi, you call it a bad denial, no problem.
because we know what an alibi does, my lord.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
I know.
An
That's why I'm
alibi-
calling- Wait, that's why
Yes.
I'm calling it an alibi.
Okay.
You may differ with me, fine.
Thank you, my
Okay,
lord.
no problem.
Yes.
Right. Mr., what's your response, Mr. Baloyi? Hey,
Well, as we indicated, my lord, indeed, there's a difference between a plea and a version that is put to a witness. In a plea, you can either disclose the basis of your defense or you can remain silent. And when you cross-examine, you can then disclose your version, like it happened in this instance, my lord, when Mr. Ramusipele disclosed the version that was put to Constable Zungu. And that is what we zooming in at the moment, my lord. This version that was put to Constable Zungu. Sorry, what, has that
We did
been-
not get an answer, there was an objection.
Okay. Sorry, is there an answer?
Unayo ke impendulo?
Bengisalalela umshushu sangichazela ukuthi uNtanzi kwenzakalani. Umbuzo bungakabheki ukuthi mina kumele ngibe nempendulo or umbuzo bungakabheki kimi. Ebesangitshela ukuthi uNtanzi kwenzakala ukuthi mayeboshwa wathi wayesemsebenzini ngosuku oluso wathathwa wasiwe emsebenzini wahamba ngazi kwezabani bani wezosho ukuthi uNtanzi kanjani. So umbuzo bungakabhekani nami.
The question was not directly posed to me. The prosecutor was still telling me as to what had happened to Ntanzi. And then you were still telling me that upon Ntanzi's arrest, this is what had happened. He said that he was at work and so was called to confirm such and such. So the question was not directed to me.
Yes, no, we have since moved on. We said that was just by way of illustration.
Ngichazileke ukuthi sesidlulile kulolu daba ngoba bengilisebenzisa njengesibonelo.
Ngilindele umbuzo ke.
I'm now waiting for the question.
Yes. We'll repeat the previous question. Your counsel brought Zungu's evidence to your attention that Constable Zungu testified that upon your return, that you left that you were at Basotho Hostel on the 26th of October 2014, that you went out with other co-accused, and upon your return, you appear to be in shock, following each other with accused 2 and 3, and proceeded to Gwabeni's room and handed a .38 to Gwabeni. Now, that you later celebrated with a bottle of a drink, climbing on a chair and declaring as to whether people have heard that Mr. Senzo Mayo has been killed. Now, we put your response to the question by counsel, that your response was merely that on 26 October 2014, you were not at Basotho Hostel. You never left the hostel and returned to climb on a chair or table saying, since there is no more, you did not mention that you were in KZN on the 26th of October 2014.
Manje ke kuleli phuzu ngizama ukukuvezela ukuthi ke ummeli wakho wathi ke ngalelo langa wathi uyakukhumbuza ke ebufakazini lobo obusho uZungu ukuthi ke nani lapha ya ehostela laseBasuthwini lapho kuthe ukuthi niye nahamba naphinde nabuya masenibuya ke washo ukuthi umangalela wesibili nomangalela uhamba nomangalela wesibili nomangalela wesithathu masenibuya nabonakala njengabantu ke abashaqekile. Manifika lapho nangena ke egumbini lakhe uGwabeni lapho ninamnikezela khona ngesibhamu lwehlobo le 3.8 uyasho ke ukuthi ke wena impendulo yakho kwaba ukuthi ke umhla ka 26 kuOctober kunyaka ka 2014 angizange ngahamba mina ke eBasuthwini hostel Kodwa ke udaba lokuthi wena wosekhaya awuzange usho wena ukuthi ngangise KZN.
Ngiyayiphinda futhi le answer yami le.
I'm gonna repeat my response.
Ngithi ubaba Msipidi wayekhuluma ngento ekhunywa uZungu ethi sasise hostel.
Mr. Ramusipidi was asking question or mentioning this aspect because of what Zungu had said about us being at a hostel.
Ngasho ngathi mina angazange ngize ngiphume hostel ngihambe ngibuye.
And my response was that I never left the hostel and came back.
Lento leshiwo uZungu angaze ngize ngene ehostel ngethukile.
And I was never at the hostel and I never seemed shocked or I was never shocked.
Angaze ngize ngishitshane ngebhamu nginikeza uGwabini.
And I've never exchanged any firearm with Gwabeni.
Angaze ngize ngigibele phezu kwetafula ngithi uSenzo akasekho angazi lutho ngokufa kukaSenzo.
I never climbed on a table and said that Senzo was dead. I do not know anything about Senzo's death.
Angaze ngize ngibese hostel nge26 October 2014 okwenza ukuthi ngithi angaze ngibese hostel nge26 2014 ingoba kukhulunywa ngehostel.
I'm saying that I was never there at the hostel on the 26th of October 2014. Now because the hostel is being mentioned.
Ukuba wayizobuza ukuthi uma uthi awungekho hostel wawukuphi la ngangizosho khona ngangisekhaya ngangiphendula umbuzo owawubuziwe ngalendlela owubuzwe ngayo ngangakhulumi nje kokite esengqondweni yami ngibuza umbuzo ngiphendule lo mbuzo lowo ngibuze umbuzo ngiphendule lo mbuzo lowo ngilindele omunye umbuzo ngiphinde ngiphendule wona angikhulumi nje ukuthi ngikhulume yonke into engabuziwe.
Had he asked me as to if I'm saying that I was not at the hostel, asked me of my whereabouts, I was going to tell him that I was in KZN. However, I wish to bring it to your attention that I answer questions as and how they are asked to me. You give me a question, I give you an answer, and so forth.
And umbono into kaZungu ileyo ukuthi sasise hostel nge26 October 2014. So mina engusho angingekho ehostel nge26 October 2014.
Zungu's evidence was that we were at the hostel on the 26th of October 2014 and I was not there. I was not at the hostel on the 26th of October 2014.
Advocate Nisi asked you to comment on the following proposition, and we quote that the state through Brigadier Gininda alleges that you participated in the killing of the deceased at the invitation of accused number 5, who was requested by Kelly Kumalo to arrange the killing of the deceased. Your response was, when Brigadier Gininda came with his team, they said, I have a hand in the death of Senzo Maiwa. I said, I have nothing to do with it. I did not know anything about the death of Senzo Maiwa. It never happened that way. So once again, you had the opportunity to say you were at KZN, but you did not mention that fact.
Manje ke advocate Mnisi ke uye wathi kuwe makakutshela ke ukuthi ke abashushisi ke balethe ubufakazi lapha mkwenkundla labuletha ngendlela ukuthi ke kubizwe ke uGininda okuyena umuntu ke ufike la wachaza ukuthi ke wena unesandla nento yokwenza mayilana nokubulalwa ke kwakhe uSenzo Maiwa lapha aveze khona iphuzu lokuthi ke wena umangalelo wesihlanu washo ke ukuthi ke unomsebenzi kumele ukuthi awenzele ke uKelly Khumalo ukuthi ke kubulalwe ke uSenzo wena impendulo yakho kwakuukuthi ke ayizange yenzeke kanjalo leyo into noma ke ayizange yenzeke kodwa ke nalapho bonalo ithuba lokuthi ke ungachaza ukuthi cha ngangingekho ngangise KZN.
Inkulumo kaGininda mina inkulumo umshushu isikhuluma inkulumo kaGininda ayikhulumela icourt.
Is the prosecutor referring to Gininda's testimony while he was here in court?
No, I'm referring to the proposition by your counsel.
Cha ngikutshela mina udaba olwaveza ke ummeli wakho.
Ngoba mina uGininda angazi umkhuluma ngesikhathi mhlawumbe ngaboshwa ngaso uGininda uthi wafike wathini kimi.
I'm not sure as to whether you are referring of what Gininda had said to me or upon my arrest.
No, Mr. Sibia, I'm quoting to you what your own counsel said and what your response was. Now we put into that you had an opportunity to say you were at KZN, but you did not mention that fact.
Cha mnumzane Sibiya engikushoyo mina ukuthi ena lokhu kwasho ummeli wakho ekuveza lapha mkwenkundla. Kodwa ke impendulo ngiyakutshela nokuthi ke impendulo yakho kwaba ukuthini. Engizama ukukuveza lana ukuthi ke ubunalo ithuba ngaleso sikhathi ukusho ukuthi ngangise KZN.
Oh, mina bengifuna ukucaciseleka ukuthi umbuzo kaMshushisi ubhekephi. Uma ebuzele ukuthi mina angishongo ukuthi ngangise KZN. Mina engamtshela engishona manje angazilutho ngokufa kaSenzo.
I wanted a clarity on the direction that the prosecutor is headed to with regards to his questioning. But what I'm saying, and I'm still saying that I do not know anything about Senzo's death.
Futhi eminyakeni yonke eyofika ngisaphila la emhlabeni noma sengisemathuneni ngiyobe ngilokhu ngingazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo.
And furthermore, that in the coming years, if I'm still alive, up until my grave, I'll still maintain that I do not know anything with regards to Senzo's death.
Even when Mr. Ramusepele asked you questions in elucidation, he asked you, and we quote, were you at Basotho Hostel or compound, as he put it, of Guabeni on 26 October 2014, where accused 2 and 5 were present? Your response was simply, I was never at Basotho Hostel. Once again, you did not mention that you were in KZN.
Manje futhi ke noma ke umnumzana Ramusipili ekubuza ke imibuzo ethi kuwena wawukhona yini eBasuthwini hostel ngomhla ka 26 ku October kunyaka 2014 lapho kwakukhona khona oGwabeni kukhona nabasolwa noma ke umangalelo wesibili nomangalelo wesithathu wena umbuzo wakho impendulo yakho kwakuba ke uthi wena uthi ngangingekho mina ke eBasuthwini hostel nalapho awuzange ke uchaza ukuthi ngangisekhaya eKZN.
Angazi ukuthi lento sekumele ngiyiphinde kangaka sengiyiphinde kaningi kuSikhatolo. Mina umbuzo ubhekana nokuthi kwenzakala ukuthi ehostel. Mina ngithi mina ngangingekho ehostel. Asikho isidingo sokuthi mina ngangekho ehostel ngangisekhaya ngitshena abantu umuntu ongabuzile ngoba kumele ubuze ukuthi wawukuphi.
I don't know how long am I going to answer this question, my lord, but I'm going to answer it. I was asked with regards to as whether I was at Basutwini hostel or not. Then I said I was not there, but there was no need for me to elaborate in saying that I was not there, I was at home.
Kodwa umshushisi ngiyamtshena, umshushisi ngangingekho eBasuthwini hostel nge-26 October 2014 ngangisekhaya.
Mr. Prosecutor, I'm now telling you that on the 26th of October 2014, I was not at the hostel, I was at home.
Ngangisemakhaya ngoba i-26 kimi ayibaluleke ngalutho sengizoqaphela ukuthi i-26 bengikuphi bengenzani.
I was at the homelands and the 26th of October is not that important to me, for me to can remember specifically as to where was I doing what.
Ngoba mangizwa nge-27 kuthiwa kusho umsenzo ngangisekhaya vele ngangikade ngingazange ngize ngiye eGoli.
Because on the 27th of October, when I heard of the passing of Senzo, I was at home and I had not been to Gauteng.
When you were interviewed by Brigadier Gininda on the 30th of May 2020 at Vosloorus, did you tell him that you were at home in KZN on the 26th of October 2020?
Gininda ke maye ekubuza ke imibuzo mhla ka 30 May kunyaka ka 2020. Engqoqweni yenu waye wamtshela wena ukuthi ke wawungekho wena ngomhla ka 26 ku October wawusekhaya.
Cha uGininda ufika kimi uthi yena uGininda ngazi nokufa kaSenzo Meyiwa uyazi ukuthi nginesandla ekufeni kukaSenzo Meyiwa bese ngimtshela ukuthi angazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo Meyiwa.
When Gininda came up to me, he said to me, what is it that I know about the killing of Senzo Meyiwa? And he knows that I have a hand in the killing of Senzo Meyiwa. My response was that I do not know anything about the killing of Senzo Meyiwa.
Njengoba namanje ngisho angazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo Meyiwa.
Which I still maintain at this point that I do not know anything of the killing of Senzo Meyiwa.
Angeke ngize ngazi naseminyakeni ezayo belokhu ngingazi lutho ngokufa
And
kaSenzo.
also in the coming years, or in the years to come, I would still not know about the death of Senzo, or the killing of Senzo rather.
But you did not tell him that you were in KZN on the 26th of October 2020.
Kodwa ke awuzange umtshele ukuthi wena mhla ka 26 ku October wawuse eKZN.
Akaze eze ngibuza ukuthi uma ngithi angazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo ngangikuphi ngo-October ngoba wayengeze ngitshene ngeyi-26 ngoba i-26 angazi ukuthi wakwenzakalani.
No, I did not, because he never asked me as to, if you are saying that you do not know anything about the killing of Senzo, then where were you? Was going to answer him, but he did not ask me. So I did not even know what was happening. I do not even know where was I doing on the 26th of October, 2014.
When you were interviewed by Colonel Mboto on the 30th of May 2020 at Diepkloof Police Station, you testified that he asked you what is it that you know about the death of Mr. Senzo Meyiwa. You told him that you know nothing. Did you tell him that you were in KZN on the 26th of October 2020?
Ngati ukhuluma noMbotho no Colonel Mboto noma ke ngathi ekubuza ke imibuzo lapha ke station samaphoyisa endaweni yaseDiepkloof mhla ka-30 kuMeyi kunyaka ka-2020 wamtshela yini mangabe ekubuza ukuthi ke wena wazini ngokubulawa kaSenzo Meyiwa wamtshela yini ukuthi wena wawusekhaya eKZN?
As the court pleases, my lord. My lord, this question is unfair to the witness. Colonel Mboto came here and Gininda said the same. He's not involved in the investigation of the case. He was merely completing the Roneo form and obtaining the alleged statement from the witness. Why will the witness tell Mboto where he was if he is not involved in investigations?
Yes, they say he's not an investigator.
Well, that might be so. The fact of the matter is, it's another opportunity that he had to say, I know nothing about the death of Mr. Senzo Meyiwa. I was in KZN on the 26th of October 2020.
Now that question is disallowed.
As the court pleases. We were going to ask you the same about Colonel Khadebe on the 5th of June 2020, but we'll leave it at that. The fact of the matter, Mr. Sibiya, is that you had numerous opportunities when you were confronted with when you were confronted about the death of Mr. Senzo Meyiwa, where you could have mentioned that you were in KZN on the 26th of October 2020, as we've just demonstrated to you.
Iphuzu lami engizama ke ukuliveza kuwena mnumzane Sibiya ke ukuthi ke ubunaso ke isikhathi noma ke amathuba avele aba maningi ukuthi lapho wena bongakwazi ukuthi uchaze khona ukuthi angaze lutho mayelana nokubulawa kokaSenzo Meyiwa ngangisekhaya ke eKZN ngomhla ka-26 ku-October kunyaka ka-2014.
Namanje ngiyasho angazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo Meyiwa.
I'm still saying that I do not know anything of the death of Senzo Meyiwa.
Imibuzo ebengiqondana nayo ibingibuza ngokufa kaSenzo Meyiwa ngibatshela angazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo Meyiwa.
Questions that were posed to me were asking me that as to what is it that I know about the death of Senzo Meyiwa, and my response was that I do not know anything about this death of Senzo Meyiwa.
Akekho umuntu wangibuza ukuthi okay mawuthi awazi lutho wawukuphi ke bese ngiyacabangela ukuthi isikhathi eso mina ngangisekhaya ngoba ngosuku oluso ngezwa into eso ngilokhu ngibele ngisekhaya.
The question was not asked as to where was I, and then that would give me an opportunity to say that I was at home, or maybe think carefully and say that I was at such a time and such a date I was at home.
Now, can we maybe just closely examine your version that you were at home on the 26th of October 2014? You say you don't remember specifically where you were. All that you can remember is that you were in KZN. Is that correct?
Masibhekisise kahle hle ubufakazi bakho lobu obushoyo ke noma ke lo daba lolu wena olukhulumayo ukuthi ke mhla ka-26 ku-October kunyaka ka-2014 wena wawusekhaya neze ungasakhumbula ukuthi wawukuphi nendawo.
Ngangisekhaya.
I was at home.
And you said when you say you are at home, it doesn't necessarily mean that you were at your parental houses. Did I understand you properly?
Ngikuzwe kahle ke mawuthi ke mawuphendula wena umbuzo uthi ke ngangisekhaya awuchazi ukuthi ke wawusekhaya endlini yabazali noma ke ekhaya kini
You are just saying in general you were at KZN.
kodwa ke wena into oyichazayo ukuthi ke wawusemakhaya le eKZN.
ngangisemahlabathini.
I was in Mahlabathini.
Where in Mahlabathini?
Nguphi nendawo eMahlabathini?
Ekushumayeleni esigodini sasehlabathini.
Ekushumayeleni an area called esigodini sase
Hlabathini.
at an area called Shabatini.
Which place is that?
Ikuphi nendawo le ndawo ikhuluma ngayo?
Semahlabathini.
It's situated in Mahlabathini.
Yes, but is it your parental home? Is it where you stayed? Or what type of place is that? That
Manje
you
ke
just
indawo
mentioned?
indawo enjani lena ke indawo yasekhaya yabazali noma ilapho uyihlalela khona uwedwa noma ke isimo sithini?
Esha. Ukuthi angaze mangibhekene nomuntu umshushisi uyaze emakhaya uphila la eGoli ukhulela la eGoli kunzima uchazela umuntu mhlambe ophila la eGoli ongazi impilo yasemakhaya uthi emakhaya isakhiwo zakhona sikanjani.
It is difficult for me to explain to the prosecutor as to the setup or to give him a description of the scenario at the homelands. I do not know whether the prosecutor grew up here in Gauteng, permanently residing here in Gauteng. So it would be difficult for me to give him a clear picture as to how it is in the homelands.
Yes, all that we want to know, Mr. Sibia, it's where were you exactly? The place that you've just described, is it a house? Or is it your parental place? Is it your own place? Or what is the position?
Esifuna ke ukukuthola la kuwena mnumzane Sibiya ukuthi usichazele ukuthi indawo sendlini yabazali kulapho ihlalela khona mhlawumbe wena mawusekhaya noma indawo itheni le sifuna ukuthola leso simo leso.
Uma ngithi ekhaya ngikhuluma ngomuzi wakithi la ongihlala khona nabazali ngoba ugini labafike bakhuluma nabazali iqale nje ingoba ngithi ekhaya lapha babefike khona ila okwakhe khona ubaba kuuye umuntu wakhe lo yamuzi.
When I say home, I'm referring to my parental home, where Gininda and them went and they first spoke with my parents. What I mean is that my father is the one that had built that house. That's why I'm saying it's at home.
So on the 26th of October 2014, you were at your parental place, is it?
Manje ke mhla ka 26 October kunyaka 2014 wawusekhaya lapha ekhayeni labazali.
Ngiyaphinda ngithi umhla ka 26 October 2014 angazi ukuthi ngangikuphi nendawo.
Or I still repeat that on the 26th of October 2014, I do not remember as to where was I, or at what place was I at.
Ngithi ngizozwa nge27 kuthiwa kushone usenzo sengizwa sengisekhaya ukuthi nge26 bengikuphi angazi ukuthi bengikuphi kule ndawo yakithi le lapha na ehlabathini ukuthi ngangikuphi nendawo makuthiwa kushona usenzo.
And I did say that on the 27th, that's when I heard, when I was at home, about the death of Senzo. I've indicated that on the 26th of October 2014, I do not know at which place in Mahlabathini was I at,
Kodwa ngangisemakhaya.
but I was at the homelands.
Do you remember with whom you were on the day, the 26th of October 2014?
Uyakhumbula ke ukuthi wawunobani mhla ka 26 October 2014?
Ngoba ngakhumbula ukuthi ngangikuphi kunzima nokuthi ngakhumbula ukuthi nganginobani ngoba i26 October 2014 kimi ayibaleke ngalutho kwakungeke ngathi ngiqaphela ngakho ukuthi nge26 October kumele ngicabanga ukuthi konje nge26 October nginobani angazi nokuthi nganginobani nge26 October.
As difficult as it is for me to remember as to at which place was I, it's more difficult for me to can even remember as to whom was I with. So as I've indicated that there is nothing about the date of the 26th, there's nothing special about the 26th day of October 2014 because I did not know as to whom I was with. I cannot remember at what place was I at.
Do you perhaps remember what you did on the 26th of October 2014?
Uyakhumbula mhlawumbeni ke ukuthi wenzani wawenzani mhla ka 26 October.
mangathi ngiyakhumbula ngabe ngihamba ngoba ngithi angikhumbuli ukuthi nge-26 October 2014 kwakwenzakalani ngangenzani ngangikuphi nganginobani angikhumbuli konke lokho.
I would be lying if I was to say that I remember. Like I've just said that I do not remember as to at which place was I at, what was I doing. So I do not remember.
Nanoma ubani nongambuza ukuthi ngoJanuary nge-7 wayekuphi. Ngicabanga ukuthi bambalwa abantu abangakhumbula ukuthi babe ne-something yawo mhlawumbe iphathi yakhe umuntu ayikhona mhlawumbe nge-7 January 2025 umuntu ongakhumbula ukuthi hayi ngangisephathini yami. Mara abaningi angeze bakhumbule ngoba lusuku lolo alibaluleke ngalutho kubi usuku nje umnormal njengazo zonke izinsuku.
For instance, with all of us here, if you were to ask what were we doing or where we were at on the 7th of January, then it's only a few people that would remember, and maybe it would be because they had celebrated their birthday or something, but most of the people would not remember because that day has no special, it bears no speciality to them.
But what makes you remember that you were at Mahlabatini on the 26th of October 2014?
Manje ke yini le ekwenza ukuthi ukhumbule ukuthi mhla ka-26 ku-October wawusemahlabathini?
Ingoba ngangisemakhaya ingoba bengihlala ekhaya vele ngo-2014.
Because I was at home and I was at the homelands, and in 2014 I had already been staying at the homelands.
Yes. Now, Mr. Sibiya, the state is going to show you the various bank transactions to indicate that your version that you were mostly in KZN in 2014, 2015 is not supported by the bank transactions.
Manje ke lana siphethe umbiko esizokukhombisa wona owasebhangini osabonisa ke kusetshenziswa kwebhange lakho ungavumelani noma ungahambiselani naloko wena okusho ukuthi ngonyaka ka2014 nonyaka ka2015 wawusoloko ke usemakhaya.
Angazi ukuthi umbiko wasebhek ungaphikisana kanjani lokho engusho ngoba mina namanje ngiyasho ukuthi mina 2014 2013 mangiphelelwa umsebenzi ngiye ngahamba ngayohlala ekhaya ngaze ngabuya ekhaya uzohlala lapha eGoli ngo2015. So ibhenke akukho lapho ngangiphikisa khona mina.
I don't know how the bank transactions can dispute what I'm saying, because I have indicated that from 2013 I went back to reside at home, and then I only came back to Gauteng in 2015. So I do not know what you're going to show to me is going to dispute what I'm saying.
We're going to hand up two documents, Exhibit EE5. The first document is the spreadsheet of your transactions on the NetBank account. Then the next batch of documents are the bank statements.
Lana ilapho ke umbiko lo oshoyo ukuthi wenzani kuphi nendawo ibonise nesikhathi into ezifanakala nalezo. Then bese lana ke kuba ke ibank statement yakho.
Angicabanga ukuthi lokhu kubonisa ukuthi mina ngenzani kubonisa ukuthi ikhadi lalenziwani noma ikhadi lalenzani lapho lalikhona ngaleso sikhathi leso.
I don't think the spreadsheet depicts that where was I or what I was doing. However, it shows the card or the transaction that was used. The card was used for transaction. Where and where.
I mean.
Not by myself.
Can I ask you to turn to page 18 of Exhibit EE5? The opening document, account opening document, page 18. Yes. Do you see it gives the account holder's name as Sibiya MS?
Uyabona ke ukuthi umnikazi wale account uSibiya MS.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it says date open 17 August 2012.
Ithi ke le account iyavulwa ngomhla ka 17 ku-August kunyaka ka 2012.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, 18. And it gives your ID number.
As it is the court, my lord, it means then the document that I have here that was furnished by the court does not align with the document that the state is busy with. I've got exhibit triple E5 in bracket 5, but it's a different document. This is your handwriting, Miss. Hey. No, wait. No, wait.
Sorry, my lord, will Borough Advocate Mnisi, our spare copy, page 18. We've just referred to your ID number. Is it-
Kune ID number yakho la.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I can ask you then to turn to the cover page, the very first page. Yes, the very first page. Your names appear there, just below the bar. Mr. Muzika Ukulela Stemba Sibiya.
Uyabona la phezulu ke ngaphansi kwale barcode la kuyavela ukuthi Muzika Ukhalelwa Sithemba Sibiya. Uyabona amagama wakho ayavela la.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your address appears there as well.
Nekheli lakho liyavela la.
Ngibona u43 Soto Hostel. Water Drive.
I can see 43 Sutu Hostel, Botha Drive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, ibona.
Yes, I can see that.
Is it the address at which you are staying when you open the account
Kuleli kheli ke kulapho bowuhlala khona.
in
Nge-
2012?
Ngale nkathi le uyovula le account le ngonyaka ka 2012.
Yeah, bengihlala eBasuthwini.
Yes, I was residing at Basuthwini.
This is where the incident occurred, is that correct?
Kulapho kwenzekelela khona ke lesi sehlakalo kunjalo.
Siphi sehlakalo?
Which incident?
On the 20, I'm sorry, where the Constable Zungu says there was a get-together on the 26th of October, 2014.
Lapho ke u Constable Zungu echaze ukuthi ke yenzeka lapho ke eBasuthwini lento le ukuthi ke kuhlangana ke insizwa khona lapho ke ehostel mhla ka 26 kuOctober kunyaka ka 2014.
Cha, angazi indaba kaZungu. Mina ngaze ngihlangane noZungu ngo2014 26 ngo-October. Ngaze ngihlangane noZungu.
No, that is what Zungu is saying, but I never met with Zungu on the 26th of October 2014.
If I can ask you to turn to page 20, still on exhibit triple E in brackets 5. Page 20, in the middle of the page, employment details. It says present employer, JB Casting. Date joint employer, 2010-08-12. And it says, it gives your address again, 43 Soto Hostel, Botha Drive, Foslores South, Raslo.
Lana ke
Are those the correct details?
manje lana babhaleke imininingwane yakho mayelana nomsebenzi wakho bayasho ke bowusebenzela ke iJB Casting bayachaza ke ukuthi ke uqale nini ukusebenza lapho uqale ngomhla ka2010 u0812 bese ke lapho kubhalwa khona ke iaddress ubhala ukuthi 43 Soto Hostel Botha Drive Foslores South eRaslu.
bathi ngiqale mhla ka 2010 08 ngay 12.
Is this what they are saying that I started or I joined the employer on 2010-08-12?
Yes, that is the information that appears there.
Imininingwane eke ebhaliwe la, evelayo la.
Ngasho kulesi Standard Bank ukuthi uqala ukusebenza kwami eJB Casting ngaqala 2008.
I did say to that person I did say to that person at Standard Bank that I started working at this place in 2008.
Bese lo 2010 obhalwe angwazi.
I know nothing about the 2010 that is written here.
And just below the employment details are the contact details. There's a cell phone number 078 78 05 909.
Bese ke la ngapha phansi ke kwalapha babhale khona ukuthi usebenzaphi babhale ke ukuthi bazoxhumana nawe kanjani kwabhalwa ke inombolo zakho zocingo lapho zivela njengo 078 7805 909.
Yebo iyona number yami MTN ke le ngangithi number yami MTN engangaba nayo noma bengasayikhumbuli mari yiyo le number yami MTN ke le engiyaziyo hayi le eyayibhalwe ngesandla kulela phepha le Standard Bank leyana ebhalwe ngesandla leya angiyazi nasi number yami MTN engiyaziyo.
Yes, this is my MTN number that I had used before, and I did say that this even though I did not remember it at that time, but it was not the number that was handwritten on that Standard Bank paper. So now I can remember that this is the MTN number that I had used before.
Ngikhumbula kahle mayithi 5909.
I can remember with the last four digits, which is 5909.
Thank you. We can put aside the bank statement and then get to the transactions themselves, the spreadsheet with the transactions. You'll see that the transactions starts on right at the top there, 3 July 2014. And ends on 31 July 2015.
Yabona ke ukuthi lokusebenziswa kwale card lasebhenki noma ke umbiko obonisayo ukuthi le lasetshenziswa kusukela nini ikhadi sebenzise mhla ka 2014-07 mhla ka 3 ufikela ke mhla ka 31 kuJuly kunyaka ka 2015 uyakubona lokho.
Yebo ngiyabona ukuthi ikhadi lalisebenza zonke lezi ikhadi lezi vele lalisebenza ngazo zonke lezi ikhadi lezi.
Yes, I do acknowledge that. I can see and I do acknowledge that the card had been used on during these times.
Ukuthi la draw kuphi na kuphi na kuphi anginalo ulwazi oluphelele ngalo.
I do not know as to at which places was the card making or being used to make withdrawals.
Yes, we will go through each transaction. But on the whole, if one counts from 3 July 2014 up to 31 July 2015, there's a total of 47 transactions.
Ama-transaction ke avelayo la kusukela mhla ka 3 kuJuly kunyaka 2014 kufikela kumhla ka 31 kuJuly kunyaka 2015 bonakala ukuthi ke lasetshenziswa ke amahlandla angaba u47.
And of those 47 transactions, only 5 of those transactions were in KZN, the rest were in Gauteng.
Manje ke kuvela ukuthi ke lana lawa amanye ama transaction awu5 nje kuphela abonisa ukuthi ke la setshenziswa kwaZulu Natal. Kodwa wonke lawa amanye sewasele asetshenziswa la ke noma ke ama transaction enziwa la eGoli.
Yabona?
Yes, I can see that.
And we'll try and demonstrate that your version that you were largely based at home in KZN and only came up to Gauteng for personal reasons is not supported by the banking transactions.
Manje ke udaba engizama ke ukuliveza kuwena ukuthi ke lokho okushilo wena ukuthi ke esikhathini esiningi wawusekhaya ke KZN akuhambiselani ke nalesi statement esiveza ke ukuthi ke ukahlanu nje kuphela wasebenzile card kwenziwa ama transaction kwaZulu Natal wonke lawa amanye ke akhombisa ke ukuthi ke asebenza la eGoli. Lezi zinto ezimbili zihlukile.
Mhlambe umshushisi yena bekumele eqale ethola ukuthi ikhadi umuntu wayisebenzisa kwakuyimi noma akusimina bese kuba yimi ngisho ukuthi hayi ikhadi lalisetshenziswa yimi noma cha. Ikhadi beningahlali kimi leli khadi leli.
I think the first thing that the prosecutor was supposed to find out as to whether the card was with me or it was in my possession or not. Then I would then tell the prosecutor as to whether the card was it with me or not. The card was not with me. Usho kanjalo ukuthi leli card lalingasi kulo. The card was not with me.
So mina bengihleli ekhaya. Amakhadi ami bengahleli nawe ekhaya.
I was staying at home, but I did not have my cards with me.
Now, who had your card?
Manje ke ubani wayephethe amakhadi wakho?
Umbali moya.
It's Mbali
Moyo.
Moyo.
And this is the bank card, is that correct? It's a bank card that is linked to your account, is that correct?
Ilona ke ikhadi olisebenzisayo ke nebhangi yakho lelo angisho le khadi osikhuluma ngalo.
Ikhadi elami.
The card, yes, belongs to me,
Ne account eyami.
and this is my account.
Olisebenzisayo lalisetshenziswa yimi nesikhathi ngisesekhona la eGoli lisetshenziswe umbali.
The card was being used by myself at the time when I was still around Gauteng, and it was also being used by Mbali.
And who's Mbali Moyo?
Ubani Mbali Moyo
Uma wengane yami.
is the mother of my child.
I suppose this card had a PIN.
Ngiyathemba ke ukuthi ke leli khadi linayo iPin, number yemfihlakalo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Now, are you saying that all of these transactions that were performed in Gauteng were performed by Ms. Mbali Moyo, or are you saying that some of them were performed by her and some by you?
Manje ke wena uthini? Kuwo wonke ke lama transaction noma ke ukolo konke lokusetshenziswa kwaleli card la eGoli. Usho ukuthi ke kwenziwa umbali Moyo noma uthini nobabili. Esinye isikhathi kwakuwe, esinye isikhathi kwakuumbali Moyo.
Cha kulokho okula angikhulumanga ngakho ngithi mina umuntu engangisebenzisa naye ikhadi lami kwakuyimi nombali moya. Kodwa uma ngihamba 2013 ngihamba ngiya ekhaya ngiyohlala ekhaya. Ngashiya amakhadi ami onke kuye ngeza sokuthi sinomntwana kumele nini kungene imali akwazi ukuthi aphilise umntwana ngalendlela le ebephilisa ngayo.
No, I don't know about all these transactions. What I'm saying is that in 2013, when I left for KZN, I had left all my cards with Mbali, also my bank card with Mbali, because we have a child together, and from time to time, she should be expected to receive money so that she can continue maintaining or maintenance of the child, for the maintenance of the child.
Well, let us examine every single transaction. On the 3rd of July, 2014, at 15:05, there was a transaction for goods and services at Miami Vice Tavern, Johannesburg.
Sicale la mhla ka-3 kuJuly kunyaka ka-2014 ke kuyavela ke ukuthi ke lasetshenziswa leli khadi endaweni yase Miami Vice Tavern khona la eGoli. Transaction yokuqala le.
ngiyayibona.
I can see that.
Any comment?
Ungathanda ukuphawula ngayo?
Mina ngazi ngokusetshenziswa ngaleli khadi ngalolu suku ka-2014 July 03 akaze ngibusebenzise.
I know nothing about this transaction of the 3rd of July 2014. I'd never used this card.
8 July 2014 at 10:04 and 47 seconds, there's a cash withdrawal at shop 11A and 11B Naledi South, Johannesburg.
Mhla ka-8 kuJuly ke 2014 isikhathi u-10:04:47 endaweni yase ibhala ukuthi isitolo number 11A no number 11B endaweni yase Naledi khona la eGoli noma ke ibhala ukuthi Johannesburg.
Cha ngaze ngibusebenzise.
No, I never used the card.
21 September 2014 at 1200 hours 48 seconds, cash withdrawal at shop 11A and 11B Naledi South, Vosloorus.
Mhla ka 21 kuSeptember ke ku 2014 isikhathi u-12:00:48 kuyakhishwa ke imali khona lapho shop number 11A number 11B eNaledi eVosloorus.
Akaze ngibusebenzise.
No, I never used it.
There was, it says authorized action incorrect PIN.
Kubhale ke ukuthi ke akazange akwazi ukuyikhipha lo muntu le mali ngoba ke wayefake ke inombolo yemfihlo engeyona.
Okungenzeka uphela umbali ukuthi wayigeje iPin.
It could be that Mbali had made an error with the PIN.
Then on 21 September 2014, 12:01:54, cash withdrawal, shop 11A and 11B in Johannesburg.
Bese mhla ka 21 kuSeptember ke kunyaka ka 2014 isikhathi u-12:01:54 kanti ke kwakhishwa ke imali endaweni yase shop estolo number 11A kanti ke 11B ekhona khona MC endaweni khona la eGoli.
Akaze ngibusebenzise.
I never used it.
1 October 2014, 17:31:25, cash withdrawal, shop 11A and 11B, says corner MC Johannesburg.
Kanti ke mhla ka 1 kuOctober nakhona ke ku 2014 isikhathi ke sithi 17:31:25 liyasho ke ukuthi kwakhishwa ke khona imali khona lapho shop 11A and 11B khona MC khona la eGoli.
There's a document here that the state has sent to me from which they are reading this alleged transaction. The understanding is that this was provided by the bank. It's a document that does not reflect that is a document from the bank because it is in a spreadsheet. My understanding of a document that is from the bank is that he who deals with the information that is requested from the bank, there should actually be an affidavit saying that I gave this information to those that are requesting it. I myself, so and so and so and so and so and so. Now the state proceeds to read this information into record as if it's information that is from the bank, but the veracity of which has not been established. I'm I'm raising that as a matter of a concern, my lord, that the procedure that the state is embarking upon, simply to hand in a document like this without have to state the background from where the document is coming from, is totally irregular. As I'm standing up, I don't know where this document is coming from. Who generated this information that is on this spreadsheet here? I don't know that. I'm going to request that the state start with a proper process to authenticate this information that it is now reading into record, my lord. Because for starters, I've never been furnished with this information when that faulty exhibit AAA5 that I took issue with the state was handed to me. I'm seeing this document for the very first time today. Thank you, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Roderick?
Well, my lord, the bank statements were formally handed up in terms of section 236. It's not only Nedbank, there's also Standard Bank, and there's also Capitec Bank statements. And all these were, and I'm told by my learned friend to handle this, were handed up under cover of a statement from the bank itself in terms of section 236. And the defense was provided. They were provided with, my colleague confirms that they were provided with these copies. We're just looking for the relevant portions on the record when these documents were handed up. As it's 13 minutes before the long adjournment, maybe we can take the long adjournment at this point so that we can then just show the defense the relevant portions on the record.
Okay, let's just adjourn.